My friend told her boyfriend we were just besties who hung out alone. She got mad when I told him the truth, then admitted she was using me for something I never saw coming. Hey everyone. Before we kick off today's video, I've got a favor to ask. We've noticed our channel isn't getting as much love lately, and subscribing is one of the easiest ways you can help us out. It's quick, free, and it means we can keep bringing you awesome content. Your support really means a lot, so let's work together to keep this channel growing. Thanks a bunch. Now, let's dive into the video. So, here's the deal. My friend Sophia is kind of ticked off at me right now. I'm 27M, she's 28F, because I told her boyfriend, Noah, that I'm not actually her best friend. And honestly, I'm just sitting here scratching my head, wondering what the heck I did wrong. I mean, it feels like I'm catching heat for something that's totally not my fault, like some kind of web of her own making. It's a total mess, and I can't figure out if I messed up or if she's just overreacting. Let me give you some backstory. Sophia and I met through another friend at a house party about 5 years ago. She seemed cool, we got on well enough to swap numbers, but mainly we just saw each other when our friend group did stuff on the weekends. We were never super tight, just part of the same social crowd. Conveniently, she lived in the same apartment complex as me for the last few years, which made it easy to hang out with the group, but that was it. Sometimes she'd come over with friends to watch TV or whatever, but it was always with other people, nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, another thing, way back when we first met, she did ask me out. Probably relevant now. We'd known each other about a month when she texted me asking if I wanted to go on a date. But I wasn't interested. I had just come out of a relationship, didn't feel any romantic vibes, and honestly, I was just in a weird headspace. So, I told her I valued our new friendship too much to mix it with dating, a bit of truth and a polite letdown. She took it well, said she got it, and we just continued hanging out with the group like nothing happened. Fast forward to about 6 months ago, Sophia started dating Noah. I met him a few times, seemed like a nice guy, kind of quiet but generally friendly. Fit in okay with our group, though you could tell he was trying to make a good impression. Then, things got weird. Around the time they started dating, Sophia began texting me a lot more than before. Previously, our messages were mostly about group plans for the weekend, but suddenly, she was hitting me up daily with random stuff like TV shows, music, and memes. We'd never communicated this often before. She'd send TikToks at midnight, saying things like, OMG, this reminded me of you, even though it was super generic. I thought maybe she was just in that super happy phase of a new relationship where you get all chatty. But then, she started wanting to hang out at my place on random weeknights, sending messages like, Noah's busy with his gaming friends tonight, wanna watch that show we talked about? I usually said no unless other friends were joining because it felt off to hang out solo, given her relationship and our past. I'd typically make excuses like being tired or having other plans. Cut to 2 weeks ago, we're all at a party at my friend Jake's place. Sophia and another friend, Melissa, went to grab food, and Noah asked if we could talk privately. He seemed super serious, so I agreed, and we stepped out onto the balcony. Noah looked really uncomfortable, and after clearing his throat a few times, he said, Look, man, as a guy, I thought you might get it. I'm uncomfortable with your friendship with Sophia. I was like, huh? He explained he knew Sophia and I are supposedly best friends, not true, and felt weird about her late night texts and our supposed hangouts at my place. At this point, I'm even more confused because Sophia and I are definitely not besties, and we don't hang out alone. He said he talked to Sophia about it, but she insisted she wouldn't let him control her friendship with me. He seemed really troubled and mentioned he was serious about Sophia and wanted to be sure there was nothing to worry about before getting more serious with her. Honestly, Sophia and I are just your regular friends, not even that close. She's just one of the people in my friend group I hang with casually, no deep conversations or anything like that. So I told Noah he didn't need to worry at all, and that I was just. So, I wouldn't really call Sophia my best friend. I told Noah that I never hang out with her one-on-one, she only comes over when other friends are around. He seemed surprised, like, really? Because apparently, Sophia told him we hang out alone all the time, having movie nights at my place when he's not around. I was like, nope, not true at all. I explained to him that Sophia had asked to hang out alone a few times recently, but I always said no or suggested we include others. I thought it would be weird and not really okay, especially since she's with him. Then Noah asked if Sophia and I had ever dated or hooked up. I told him the truth. Sophia did ask me out like 5 years ago when we first met, but I wasn't into it, and it just never came up again. We've just been friends ever since, nothing romantic or physical ever happened. Noah looked kind of confused and upset. He wanted to know why Sophia would call me her best friend and make up stories about us hanging out alone. I told him I found it weird too and had no clue why she'd say that. I reiterated that we were just casual friends, definitely not best friends. He thanked me for being honest, saying he had a lot to think about. Then we just went back to the party, and I didn't dwell on it. Later, when Sophia and Melissa returned with the food, the night went on as usual. But the next day, while I was gaming, Sophia called me, and I could tell something was off because she usually just texts me. She was super angry and nearly yelling, wanting to know what I'd told Noah. I calmly explained our conversation, totally baffled by her reaction. She called me an a-hole and accused me of messing up her relationship by telling Noah we weren't best friends. I was shocked by her anger. I told her I didn't say anything bad and reassured Noah that there was nothing romantic or physical between us. I couldn't understand why she was so mad about me clarifying our friendship. She said she and Noah had a big fight because he confronted her about why she called me her best friend and told him she spends time at my place alone, neither of which is true. She said I should have backed up her story instead of contradicting her, that I should have played along. I asked her why she'd lie to Noah, but she just told me I didn't understand their relationship dynamic. She insisted it wasn't my business and that I should have been a better friend. Then she hung up on me. I just sat there, totally confused about what just happened. Over the next few days, I got some cold, one-word texts from Sophia whenever I tried to reach out. She wasn't active in our group chat either, which was odd. A friend even texted me privately, asking if something happened between us since Sophia seemed upset whenever he mentioned my name. I genuinely feel bad for both Sophia and Noah, they seemed good together, and Noah really likes her. Sophia had always gushed about how much she adores Noah and how happy they are. I don't get why Sophia would lie to Noah about us hanging out alone or about being best friends. It makes no sense to me, especially since she once had a thing for me. Lying about something like this seems risky and harmful if you're happy in your relationship. Some friends think I should have just gone along with her story to keep the peace, but I had no idea what story I was supposed to back up. How was I supposed to know she was telling Noah these things when she never mentioned them to me? Am I supposed to read minds? I don't know if I did the right thing by telling Noah the truth, but I'm just really confused about the whole situation and not sure what to do now. Thanks for all the advice and responses. So, some of you called me out for being clueless about what was going on, and yeah, you were right, I totally had no idea. Before I dive into the whole story, I want to clear up some stuff from the comments. A few folks assumed there was something going on between me and Sophia, or that I secretly liked her. Nope, not the case at all. Sure, she asked me out years ago, but I wasn't into it, and we just stayed friends through our mutual group of pals. We were never close or anything, just regular friends who hung out with the crew, nothing more. Also, someone wondered why I didn't just text Noah directly after Sophia called me. Honestly, I barely know the guy. We've hung out maybe a dozen times, always with the group, and I don't even have his number. It felt weird to go and ask someone for it just to get involved in their relationship stuff. I figured it was their business anyway. But back to the update, something big happened last night. Sophia texted me yesterday afternoon, asking if we could chat in person because she wanted to apologize for how she acted on the phone. I was curious about her side of the story, so I said sure, and she could swing by my place after work. She showed up around 7 p.m. with a bottle of wine, though I didn't open it. Last Sunday, after I told Noah that Sophia and I were just friends, not the best buds she was making us out to be, I also mentioned we never hang out alone. She'd lied about that to him, and I was annoyed at being yelled at for simply telling the truth. Sophia sat on my couch and apologized for blowing up at me, admitting she was upset and unfairly took it out on me. I accepted her apology but was still puzzled about why she'd lied to Noah in the first place. Then she hit me with a shocker. She confessed she loves Noah, who's a great boyfriend overall, but he's been kind of lazy and unmotivated. When they first started dating, he wasn't putting much effort into things and she felt like she had to do all the work, planning dates, initiating conversations, the whole 9 yards. It really bugged her. She also told me something I didn't know. Noah's last girlfriend had cheated on him with his friend about 3 years ago, and it took him 2 years to start dating again. He was super insecure about dating Sophia and asked her to keep him in the loop about everything, including who she was talking to and hanging out with. Sophia said Noah is a good guy but needed to step up his boyfriend game. So, she cooked up a plan to make Noah jealous by chatting with me more. Apparently, it worked because Noah started paying attention, albeit by snooping through their messages, which is a problem by itself, but that's another story. Sophia picked me for her little scheme because she knew I wouldn't flirt back or cause any trouble, given that I'd already turned her down years ago. In her mind, I was a safe bet. Sophia claimed Noah kept bugging her about why she was chatting with me so much, and she told him I was her best friend who gave her the emotional support and stability she needed since Noah wasn't all there emotionally. That spurred Noah to start replying faster and being more attentive. Things got even crazier. Noah used to spend his evenings gaming with his friends, totally ignoring Sophia, so on those nights she'd text me to hang out. I'd always decline, but she'd still tell Noah we were chilling at my place watching movies since he was busy. This apparently really got to Noah, which was her goal. Sophia said Noah kept asking her not to hang out with me, or at least not to do it alone at my place. Eventually, Noah quit gaming with his friends to hang out with her instead. She'd make up these wild stories about how I cooked these fancy meals for her, I can barely make pasta without burning it, and how we had wine and painting nights where I'd teach her to paint, even though I have zero art skills. This supposedly inspired Noah to start doing similar things to compete with me. Then, she had the audacity to. So, here's the scoop. Someone told me I'm a jerk for not playing along with Sophia's little act and spilling the truth to Noah. Noah got all mad at Sophia once he figured out she was just playing him to get him to change his ways. But then Sophia, all proud of her shenanigans, tells me she cooked up another lie for Noah. She told him I downplayed our relationship because I was trying to protect her and make sure his relationship with her wasn't messed up because of me. Honestly, I was disgusted. I told her I wasn't cool with being used in her manipulation games without even knowing it. She just laughed it off, saying her plan was genius and no one got hurt because she got what she wanted. According to her, Noah's now a much better boyfriend, thanks to her little scheme. Then she dropped this bomb about her future plans, which were even more messed up. She said she's going to show Noah how much she loves him by slowly cutting down on messaging me, but keeping me as her backup threat if he ever backpedals on his good behavior. She even called it training Noah, like he's some kind of pet. She begged me to keep my mouth shut for her sake, saying their relationship's improved a ton since Noah's been putting in more effort, all thanks to her brilliant plan. I didn't know how to respond. I just sat there, stunned, trying to wrap my head around everything she'd just unloaded on me. Part of me wanted to tell Noah everything right then, but another part thought maybe I should just stay out of their drama. I mean, I barely know Noah, and Sophia's been my friend for years. So she looks at me and asks if I'll help her out, insisting it doesn't affect me at all but it's a big deal for her. She's been throwing my name around to manipulate her boyfriend, making up lies about me without me even knowing, and now she wants me to keep it up. I told her I needed time to think and she left. That night, she texted me, confident I'd keep her secret because that's what friends do. She even had the nerve to say she owes me one. I'm really torn about what to do next. Should I spill the beans to Noah about Sophia's tricks, or should I just step back and let them sort this out? I feel bad for Noah since he seems like a decent guy who's just falling for this because of his insecurities. But if I tell him the truth, Sophia might twist it to make me look like the bad guy trying to break them up because I'm supposedly jealous. I hate being stuck in this situation. I never wanted to be part of their relationship mess. Quick update. First off, I want to address everyone who called me out as cowardly and an enabler in the comments. You're right, I deserved it. I was trying to stay out of drama that wasn't mine, but many of you were right that I needed to act. I got tons of messages urging me to tell Noah the truth, and I seriously thought about it. Thanks to those who offered real advice instead of just insults. This was a messed up situation I never wanted to be in, and I was genuinely lost about what was right. I didn't want to give daily updates because, honestly, nothing happened for a few days. Sophia kept texting me like everything was normal, sending memes and asking about my day. I kept my replies short, not wanting to encourage her but also not ready to confront her just yet. Noah didn't reach out, so I guess Sophia convinced him everything was okay. I knew if I went to Noah with the truth, it'd probably backfire. He'd think I was after Sophia or trying to break them up out of jealousy. Plus, I had no concrete proof of what Sophia told me, so it'd be my word against hers, and he'd likely side with his girlfriend over a guy he barely knows. So, I decided to talk to Sophia and appeal to whatever conscience she might have. Maybe it was naive, but I felt I had to try. About 5 days after my last post, I texted Sophia to meet up at my place and talk it out. She agreed and came over after work the next day. When she got there, I offered her water, not alcohol. I wanted us both clear-headed for this chat. I sat across from her and laid it out. I was worried for both her and Noah. So I called her out for being manipulative, using lies and playing on someone's insecurities. It's pretty messed up, especially when you say you care about the person. She got all defensive, saying it was the only way to make him really see what was going on because no one else would. I argued back that building a relationship on lies is never gonna last. What's she gonna do when he figures out the truth? She said he wouldn't know unless I blabbed. We ended up getting into it. I tried to make her see that instead of trying to mold someone into what she wants, she should just find someone she actually likes as is. Like, if Noah isn't naturally meeting her needs, maybe he's not the right dude. She scoffed, saying it's easy for me to say when I can get any girl. That threw me off a bit, so I told her that's not true. I've had my fair share of dating disasters too. But really, the issue was her lying and manipulating. Sophia got super defensive and told me to back off. Then, out of nowhere, she broke down crying, saying it's easy for me to judge her but there aren't guys out there perfect for her just waiting. What really got me was when she admitted she knows she's not the most attractive but has so much to offer, yet the only guys interested just want something casual. She said Noah was nice but started slacking like all the others, except he was insecure and kept reading her messages. It turned out she was using me to make Noah jealous because she thought it would make him pay more attention. She added that Noah was insecure about me because of how she looked at me, which definitely made things awkward. She wanted him to care enough to fight for her. I told her that playing on Noah's insecurities was still wrong, no matter her reason. I suggested she come clean to Noah and stop the games. She deserves someone who truly likes her for who she is. She got angry, saying not everyone has it easy finding the perfect match and most relationships take work. Then, she took a jab at my dating life, making it sound like I just go for looks and nothing more, which stung a bit because I haven't exactly been the best at relationships either. She got more emotional, pointing out that she's exactly the kind of girl I often say I want to be with, smart, funny, and challenging, but that I'd never date her because of her looks. I told her not to say that. She's actually very pretty, just struggles with weight, but far from ugly. I also said maybe we both need to rethink who we date to find happiness. Things got awkward when she started crying again and hugged me. I quickly reminded her about Noah and suggested she should head out so we could both think things over. She agreed, wiped her tears, and left. I thought that might be the end, but a few days later, she texted saying she thought about what I said and agreed it was time to be honest with Noah. She said she was going to tell him everything. I wasn't sure how that would go. So, if you're wondering what happened, here's the scoop. At first, I wasn't sure if I believed her. But the next day, she texted me a whole novel, saying she had a heart-to-heart with Noah and spilled the beans about everything. She mentioned that Noah was, understandably, pretty upset and hurt, but she felt like being upfront was the way to go. She also thanked me for encouraging her to be truthful. Fast forward a week, and I heard from some mutual friends that Sophia had actually broken up with Noah. She was honest with him about the whole situation involving me, but she also told him she wished those things had come naturally from him instead of her having to nudge him into it. Poor Noah was devastated and begged Sophia for another shot, but in the end, she blocked him on everything and cut all ties. I'm relieved Noah finally knows what went down and can move on to find someone who appreciates him for who he truly is and won't play on his insecurities. Huge thanks for all the advice on my previous posts, it seriously helped me navigate this wild ride.